this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to be starting a new mini album tutorial. So we are going to be creating a baby girl mini album. It has been so long and I'm super excited for this project. So I am going to be using my digital collection called Sweet Dreams Baby Girl, and I did a different project I want to say even last year. I'm using the boy version of this collection, so I do have a girl and a boy digital collection, so I'm gonna have it linked below. You can find it on my website, and I also have the tutorial for the baby boy. So of course, for either one of these tutorials you can use the baby girl or the baby boy collection, but I wanted to play with the baby girl collection this time. So we're going to be creating a month-to-month baby book. So before we start, let me just give you a quick walkthrough of the collection here. So the collection, I don't remember how many sheets, and I think I print them all of them. We also have some monthly bubbles, so let's just go ahead and take a look. We have this sweet little bear. I designed some pages to kind of go along with the stages of, you know, the baby growth for the baby first year. So we have like the really sweet newborn page, and then we move all the way to like the first birthday. But look how cute this one over here, flying on his airplane. And then we have this sweet little baby well, teddy bear, kind of with her first outfit, maybe her first outing. Over here too, I just love the sweet little images, very beautiful. Then we have some hot air balloons over here, so I went ahead and printed these on 65-pound cardstock, and I just fit to size to print 8.5 by 8.5, but you can also use the collection and print 12 by 12 if you have a 12 by 12 printer. I just have a regular size printer, so that's what I use. And look at the cute little elephant over here, just so sweet, with her little bow. And then over here with kind of like some first birthday images there. I actually have a few of those. Then over here out with some friends. So for this one I was kind of thinking about like the Gymboree classes. I know when my daughters were little we would go to this like music class together with other parents, other babies, and so that kind of was the inspo here on this page, with the sweet little moon, symbolizing the lullabies and the playtimes. And then here more of those like first birthday pages, so sweet. And then of course some cupcakes for the first birthday as well. And then I always create a set of background pages, so you can print multiples of these and use as a filler paper. So I'll just show you the different images here. Just super sweet. The baby bear with the bicycle, the little dress. This could also be a really beautiful page for like a christening or baptizing. And then over here, the sweet little elephants. We have some snowflakes here, so if you wanted to do a page for like baby's first Christmas, that could also be really, really cute. Then this is more like a newborn page over here. And then we have the 12 months or the first year. So we have the monthly bubbles. The last one says 1 year. So if you wanted to do a month to month, you can cut the bubbles, so everything is included with the collection. And here I just have some reprints that I printed a few more, because especially for the baby's first birthday we always need more. And the beauty of the digital paper is that you can print this over and over again, and if you like some designs more, you can have multiple of those. You don't really run out of cardstock. Okay, so that is the collection. Again, I'm gonna have a link on the website or link on the description box, and let's go ahead and start. So I'm gonna be using some chipboard. This is medium weight chipboard. I do have this chipboard link on my Amazon store, so if you guys want to have like a quick link, everything is always listed on the description box below. So I'm also going to be using some heavyweight cardstock and lightweight cardstock to do the binding. But let's go right into making the base for this book. I am having a PDF cutting guide, so if you guys want to look at that and kind of see all the measurements ahead, again, I'll have a link below. It will be called the Baby Girl First Year, so you can find it on the website, and I'll put a link over here as well. So we're going to start with the chipboard. This is going to be 8.5 by 8.5, so I'm just gonna got that. Sorry, I'm shaking the table a little bit. So 8.5 by 8.5. I just want to double check here. And so we need 2 of those. So right there. Okay, so 8.5 by 8.5. And then we have, we're gonna need another piece that is going to be 8.5 by 3.5. Okay, so just using some scrap pieces here for my chipboard. And there we go. So 2 pieces of 8.5 by 8.5 and 1 piece of 8.5 by 3. So I'm going to use maybe 3 pieces, and we are just going to glue these together. We're gonna connect to make a longer piece. So I'm just gonna put that right there. And then we're gonna add this one over here. There we go. And then we're just going to glue the chipboard. So I'm gonna start with the center piece. Okay, so excuse my scratchy voice here. Okay, so we're just going to place this one right at the center, and then we're going to add the 2 other pieces, and we're going to leave a little spacing between these 2 pieces here. So just give it a little room. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same with this one, and just place that right there. Excuse me. And now I'm going to cut the corners. So you want to cut at an angle and just keep it away, stay away from the chipboard here by a little bit. So you want a little spacing there. And then we're gonna do the same on all the corners. And then this one that's a little big, I'm just gonna reduce. Okay, you want about 1 inch all the way around. Okay, there we go. And now we're gonna be using some double-sided tape. We're just gonna place these all the way down, and then same thing over here. Just place all the way, and on the sides as well. Okay, so we're just gonna do all of these right here, and we're going to start folding. So you want to slowly fold your cardstock and press down. Okay, and then we're gonna give this a good fold, and remove the tape. Excuse me. And then we're going to just simply fold and press down. Okay, so fold and press down right there. And then we're going to score here on these bending lines. Okay, so you're gonna score, and then on the corners you want to go around the chipboard, so just gonna tuck in those corners like that, and there we go. Now we're gonna do the same for the other side. And just gonna press down. Okay, so I'm just going by sections and just slowly push everything down. And now we're going to remove the tape and fold. Okay, so we're just gonna press and score on the bending lines and then tuck in the corners on the sides. Just go around here the chipboard. And now we're just going to fold and press down and remove the tape and fold. Okay, and then we're going to do the same over here. So let's fold and press down and remove the tape. Okay, and press down. And there we go. So that is gonna be the binding. Then I'm going to protect here my spine. So we are going to use another piece of the lightweight cardstock, and I'm going to cut these at like 7 by 8 1/4. Okay, and we are just going to glue this down here on the spine. Okay, now before I glue this down, I'm going to add some double-sided tape on the side of these gaps right here and press down. Okay, and then we are just simply going to remove, and we're going to add this page. Okay, so we're gonna add some glue and just go ahead and glue this piece. And then I'm also going to add some glue here and here to avoid any air bubbles. Okay, now we're just gonna place this right at the center and press down. And we're just going to get all the air out. Just gonna press. And you want to make sure this is really dry before you start folding. Okay, so just give it a second here, and I think that should be good. So now we are going to score along the bending lines here again. So you're gonna find your bending line on the bottom and on the top and just give it a score. Give it a couple scores here, and then you're gonna start folding this up. And as you fold this up, press your cardstock into that gap, okay, to have a really nice folding line here. Okay, so I'm gonna press down here because I don't want any air bubbles in this area. And there we go. Okay, so now that's gonna be this side, and we are just going to do the same on this other side here. So score a couple times. Then I'm going to press like next to that line to make sure everything is dry and there's no air. Okay, and then we're going to fold. And again, as you fold, you're going to press your cardstock into that bending, on that gap on the bending line. Okay, and there we go. That is our base. pretty simple. It's gonna be a big book. And so for the base pages, or for the rest of the pages, I am going to be using this cardstock. This cardstock is from Amazon. I can link it below, but I purchased this a long time ago and I didn't realize how long it was. So this cardstock is about 14 by, I think it's 8.5 also. But yeah, so I'm gonna be using this one. You can use any cardstock. I will be cutting this. I won't be using the 14, although it will be very nice to use. I did a mini album using the full length and I really like how it turned out, but I do know it's not like a standard cut, so I'm going to be cutting it to fit anybody's size. But anyway, so we're going to start working with the inside covers. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 8.25 by 8.25. Okay, so let's do the same here. 8.25 by 8.25. And I'm gonna put one to the side, and we're gonna work with the first one here, which is going to be the inside cover, inside front cover, and this is going to be our newborn page. So for newborn, or kind of like you can use it as a baby shower page or ultrasound page, I like doing accordion folds. So we are going to be cutting 2 pieces. These are going to be 11, so if you're using 8.5 by 11, you should be good to go. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna cut these at 10.5. Okay, and we're gonna do this by 7. Okay, so we're gonna have 2 of those. Oh, let me get these here. So 10.5 by 7. Okay. And we are going to score these 2 pieces. I'm going to score along the 10.5. We are going to score, let me get my score tool. We're going to score at 5 and at 10. Okay, so oops, same thing for the other one. We are going to score at 5 and at 10, and then we're going to fold along the score lines right here, and same thing there. There we go. And we are going to be bringing our 8.25 by 8.25, and we're just gonna put one on each side. Okay, so let's add some glue right here, and I'm going to put this piece right there along the bottom and to the left. Okay, and then over here along the bottom and to the right. And we're just going to go ahead and glue these down. Okay, and then press down. And then for this first page, I want to use these beautiful little bear here. How adorable is that page? So we are going to cut another piece, and this one is going to be 8.25 by 8.5. Okay, score at 1/2 inch, and we are just going to fold, and we're going to glue this piece here along the top of the page. Okay, so let's add the glue and place this right along the top. Okay, so press down, and I'm going to be adding my design cardstock as we go. So I'm going to cut this first piece. This is going to be 7 3/4. So I'm just gonna center the image here by 8 inches. So I'm just gonna take some from each side. There we go. And then this is going to go right on top here. Okay, so we're just gonna add some glue. And I'm going to be placing this page right there. Now for the inside, I'm going to be most likely using my complementary background designs like this one, for example, and I'm gonna be reprinting more of those. So I'm gonna be doing the inside later off camera, but let's go ahead and start adding these to our book. So let's bring back the book, and this is going to be the inside cover, which is the newborn page or ultrasound page. Okay, so we are just going to glue this down and place place that right here. Okay, there we go. And so now this is going to open up and expand. Again, ultrasound, baby shower, welcome baby, baby in the hospital, right? Because the newborn stage is not quite the same as the first month. First month is a whole other, a whole other time. So I'm going to do the back page as well, which is going to be part of the birthday, because we're now all the way at the end of the book. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces. These are going to be 8.5 by 8.25. So we're gonna cut this at 8.25, and then this is 8.5. We're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 8.5. Okay, so let's do that, and then we're just going to fold along the score lines for these 2 pages, and then these are just simply going to go one on each side of our 8.25 by 8.25 page. So I'm just gonna place this right here, press down, and then open these up, and we're going to again add the glue and line this up, and press now. Okay, so now we are going to cut another page here from our design paper, and I'm going to be using those birthday pages. So I have a few of those. So we have the elephants, and then we have the one with the balloons. So it's up to you which one you like, but I want to do the elephants when my daughter, my last daughter, my third daughter, when she was 1, her first birthday was elephants. Like, that was her theme. Pink elephants and polka dots. It was so cute. Okay, so we are just going to be using these here, and we are going to cut this page at 8. From top to bottom will be 8, and then from side to side it will be 7 3/4. Okay, and then I'm going to place this over here. So I want this page to open right and left. So I want the right side to be on top, and now we're just going to glue this down. Okay, so let's add the glue, and we're gonna put this page right there. Look how cute are these little elephants, and I printed multiple of those to kind of have, and also multiple of the cupcakes. So I'm just gonna do another page here. So again, this is going to be 8 by 7 3/4. So I'm just gonna try to center these, and I'm gonna just go ahead and put this one here. And again, you can reprint more and just put them all over. And I'm just gonna go ahead and oops. Okay, so I'm just gonna do these right here. Okay, and close that up. And now we're going to bring back our book, and we're gonna open this up and place this at the end right here. Okay, so now we're just gonna add some glue, and we are going to place this piece right there. And so those are gonna be our inside covers. This is gonna open and open, and I'm leaving this blank for now. Leave it blank because you never know, I might come back and add more things to that. So now we have our inside covers. So we have the newborn page and the last page, which is going to be the first birthday. I'm gonna stop the tutorial here, and I'm going to come back with the next video. I'm gonna share with you how to make the pages.